have some breaking news. The Nets have announced that Kyrie Irving will not play or practice with the team until he can become a full participant.
Honestly, I like to keep that stuff private, man. I'm a human being first, and obviously living in this public sphere, there's just a lot of questions about what's going on in the world of Kyrie, and I think I just would love to just keep that private and handle it the right way.
I stand with Kyrie Irving. I stand with him completely for his refusal on getting and also for standing his ground for what he truly believes in. Now, as you all know, last week, the Brooklyn Nets decided that until Kyrie Irving gets he will not be allowed to practice nor play in any games with the team until he complies completely with the New York laws mandating they won't allow Kyrie Irving to play any games with them. So what's going on in the media is that you got all these sports analysts making predictions that Kyrie may get traded. But Kyrie has already indicated that if Brooklyn decides to trade him, he will retire. And so I stand with Kyrie for sticking to his decision. Because trust and believe, Kyrie is not the only player in the NBA that hasn't gotten there are other players. They forced Andrew Wiggins to get that. They denied him a religious exemption. There's another player from Orlando who had a very strong, compelling point as to why he wouldn't get even Bradley Beal pointed out clearly after doing his due diligence and research why he still refuses to get it, although he respects people's opinions on whether or not they want to get it or not. If you look at the context of why most of the media is going so hard against Kyrie, it's simple. The NBA wants to have the Brooklyn Nets and the Los Angeles Lakers to play against each other in the 2022 NBA Finals. As if we hadn't seen LeBron go against KD on 3 separate occasions already. They got a lot of money at stake because they want the 2 biggest superstars in the 2 largest markets in the league to play against each other. But Kyrie has gone totally off script with what the NBA wants in regards to making lots of money and bringing back lots of viewership. These media pundits, not only just these white pundits, we know they don't like Kyrie, but you got many of these black media basketball analysts. These boulets such as Stephen A. Snitch. They so hell-bent at having this huge tirade against Kyrie that they just want the brother traded or completely gone. And that's exactly what the league is going to do. They're going to force Kyrie out of this league. And you know who's going to suffer? Brooklyn. You know who's going to take the biggest L? Kevin Durant. But trust and believe, Kevin Durant and James Harden, they all in it too. Think about it. Just last week, the Nets said that they were going to support Kyrie's decision no matter what. Now they're coming out of the woodworks and saying that no, he ain't playing at all. He can't play, can't practice, he can't be around the team till he get that. And KD and James Harden had to go along with it. But I stand with Kyrie. Kyrie has let it be known time and time again that he is not going to be controlled. You're not going to be able to sell him out. Remember, the league is still mad at Kyrie for having the nerves or the audacity to request a trade from Cleveland after the 2017 NBA Finals. After they lost to Golden State and KD in the 2017 NBA Finals, LeBron, with his sneaky ass, went behind Kyrie's back and requested that they traded him for Paul George. So what does Kyrie do? He goes out and said, look, since LeBron really don't want me here, trade me to my own team. And so he goes to Boston, catches a lot of hell in Boston because the team didn't want to follow the direction he wanted them to go. And yes, Kyrie deserves some blame for how things went down in Boston. But let's not forget, Kyrie has an NBA title to his name. He hit the biggest shot in Cleveland Cavaliers history when he hit that 3 over Steph Curry in the 2016 NBA Finals.
Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown. Top offensive play by Kyrie Irving, but it's a play he's made his entire life. The ability to score and flat out get it done on the offensive end.
So all this nonsense that Kyrie isn't a winner, Kyrie is a crybaby, Kyrie this, Kyrie that, man, I guarantee you every other team in the NBA would love to have Kyrie Irving on their roster. You think that all these other teams wouldn't give up some of their best players to get Kyrie? Please. Of course they would. But Kyrie is an independent thinker. He's a brother that goes against the grain. He's a brother that refuses to allow the corporate structure of how the NBA is, and really corporate America at large, to dictate to him what he should do. They hate when a black man got a mind of his own. They hate when a brother is going to say, I ain't going to conform to your rules. I don't care if I'm a part of your league. Remember, I made a video earlier this year when Kyrie Irving had made a Twitter comment and he said that Black Kings built the NBA, which he is absolutely correct. Brothers, let me tell you, you built these leagues. You are the product of these leagues. You're the reason why all of these fans and all of these people purchase their merchandise, purchase the tickets, and spend large amounts of money to come see you play. When they turn on ESPN and Fox Sports, whatever you have to say or do, they're watching what you're saying to do. They don't give a damn about these owners and management. The owners and management are making billions off of your hard work and your blood, sweat, and tears. So shouldn't you have any ounce of dignity and respect for yourself? Obviously, Kyrie does. That's why he's threatening to retire. And if he does, salute to him. And more power to him. Because Kyrie is the type of person that, at this point of his life, he understands that he has more important things in life to grasp and conquer. And I truly believe basketball is no longer in his best interest. Does that mean he can't play? No. We know Kyrie, when he's on the court, he's easily one of the best players in the league. He easily has probably the best handles in the league. It's almost impossible to stop him on the offensive end. But Kyrie has grasped a thorough knowledge of self to where he's coming into his own, and he's looking at the NBA as a cinder block against what it is he really wants to do. And why is it that society always wants to tell us that we have to do everything they got in line for us instead of us doing what we have created for ourselves, or what the Creator has designed for us? Well, we're children of God. We should be adhering to the rules, statutes, and commandments of what God has set for us, not what corporate America wants us to do.
Kyrie Irving should not be forced to engage with the media. He doesn't want to talk to the media, fine. We won't miss him. But here's the reality. He should be fined every damn day he doesn't talk, because you signed a contractual agreement. It comes along with your contract as an NBA player.
He had no problem talking about we shouldn't be playing. When they were getting ready to go to the bubble scare and he wasn't allowed to go, he had a lot to talk about. 2 months ago when LeBron James was in the bubble getting ready to play, he had a lot to talk about.
Did he?
The guy that's next to me now, I ain't got no problem passing the ball because he gonna hit them clutch shots. Now all of a sudden he ain't got nothing to say.
So if Kyrie decides to leave and never want to play in the league again, I support him. I stand with him. And more brothers gonna have to start laying down the law to these corporate entities and to these other businesses and to the government itself. Because what we're seeing as a result of this so-called pandemic is that the government is trying to exercise full control, not only over its own American citizens, but they're trying to push these mandates on black people and black men especially. When in the history of the United States government has they ever administered shots and vaccines that meant any good to you? I've had people tell me,
oh, you can't say that about the government. You know, you was in the military. You had to get all the shots.
Yeah, and I took them damn shots and I had allergic reactions to a few of them. So mess me with that bullshit. And because of the simple fact that when you can still contact it, I wouldn't trust it neither. So Kyrie is doing what's in the best interest of him. You don't have to support his decision. At least respect his stance on it. Just like I'm not going to go against and say anything bad about people who do get it. It's their right, that's their choice. So, and it is what it is. If I choose not to get it, why should I be labeled as a criminal, as if I'm doing something harmful to society? When if I go get tested and it's proven that I don't even have it at all, how the hell I'm in danger of giving it to somebody else? And I guarantee you that's Kyrie's stance on this whole matter. So in conclusion, I stand with the brother. I like that brother has taken a stand. I like that brother is not allowing everybody else, including his homie KD, to manipulate and control him and to insisting that he needs to do what's best for the team. Now, would it be great if he joined the team? Sure, I'm pretty sure it would. But you're a man first before you're a basketball player. You're a man first before you a member of any team. You're a man first before you're a member of any association. You're a man first. You're a woman first if you're a woman that decides not to go alone to get along. And as a man, you have every right to make decisions that is best for you. Who are others to tell you and to dictate to you what you should do for them? Fuck them if they don't want to go along with it. And Kyrie is taking that stance, and I commend that brother 100% on it. It's time for brothers to start standing up against this oppressive system. It's time for brothers to start standing up and letting people know we're not going along to get along anymore. And that includes you boule Negroes who just kiss masses' ass and ain't got no backbone for yourself. I'm here to tell you right now that these weak ass boule Negroes, we getting them the fuck up out of here. Because now you're witnessing the beginning of the rise of the true Alpha King black men. Brothers such as myself, brothers such as Kyrie, who are setting the positive example of standing up for what's right and not compromising simply because everyone else disagrees with it. And I understand many people would say, why you only focus on Kyrie simply because he's a celebrity? Well, if it takes for a brother on that high plateau such as the NBA to take such a defining stance, then we need to follow that brother's example and trickle it down to the regular everyday people so that brothers can get a thorough understanding as to what their true power and purpose is. It's obvious to me, Kyrie understands his. And so I stand with him. I salute him. And I'm glad that he hasn't folded. Because if Kyrie Irving could tell the NBA that I refuse to get this because I don't trust it and I don't believe the government in telling me to get it, then you should be reevaluating what they're trying to mandate to you. And look yourself in the mirror and say, I refuse to be a sheep to go along and get along. If you're a black man in this country, you need to remember, you should have never trusted the government in the first place. After all, this government, when it wrote its Constitution, its Declaration of Independence, declared you 3/5 of a human being. Salute to Kyrie and salute to all the brothers that's taking a firm stance or refusing to get simply because they're trying to force it on you and try to make a mockery of you if you refuse to go along to get along. Peace and love, and salute to all the brothers and sisters that's standing on what's right. 100.
That the focus has to be at an all-time high, no distractions, and this was the last thing I wanted to create was more distractions or more hoopla, more drama around this. So I'm doing my best to maintain with good intentions, a good heart, putting God first, and then being able to trust the people around me and trust that I can communicate how I'm feeling, and then we make something great happen.